Hi friends, Simon here from InformedTrades.com. In today's video, we're going to review SureTrader, an equities broker that caters towards day traders and active traders. Let's get started. Okay, key points. SureTrader starts at approximately $4.95 per trade. Minimum trading fee of $50 if you place less than 15 trades per quarter. So this is one sign, and there'll be others, that this service is really geared towards active short-term traders. If you're not trading 15 times per quarter, you're going to get a minimum trading fee. You might want, if you're trading less than that, you may want to consider a different broker. There is no pattern day trader rule, and you can be a U.S. client, trade without the pattern day trader rule. Using SureTrader, we'll review what the PDT is. DRS and dividend reinvestment programs are not available through SureTrader. Buyer beware, this strikes me pretty similar to CFDs. And then we'll review the platform and discuss that. Okay. So cost analysis. In order to avoid getting hit with a inactivity fee by not placing 15 trades per quarter, you need to place around or at least 5 round trips per month on average. You can expect that to be $50 in commissions per month. You are allowed to use up to 6-to-1 leverage for accounts, provided your account has a balance greater than $500. With leverage positions that are greater than 2-to-1 that you have on, so if you're using more than 2-to-1 leverage, if you don't close it out by 3:30 p.m. EST New York time, you're going to get, or they're able to hit you with a $55 trade fee. And there are other fees if your account balance falls below $500. So based on this is pretty interesting if you're not able to meet the requirements of a pattern day trader and you are still an active day trader who's going to be closing out positions before the market closes or even approaches closing time. If you're a first hour trader, if you're going to have your trading done before or by the early part of the afternoon New York time, and you want to be trading with regular frequency, day trading, intraday trading with regular frequency, and you don't have the $25,000 account balance that the pattern day trader requires, this might be good for you. As I mentioned up here, in my personal opinion, I think you should have at least a few $1,000s, maybe $5,000 that you can put in your SureTrader account. So if you're thinking, I'd like to day trade stocks, I don't have $25,000 that the pattern day trader rule requires, but I have $5,000 that I'm willing to risk, put in a little bit of a riskier environment. SureTrader might be something that you want to consider in that regard. I think that's sort of where the numbers and the value make sense if you're that trader who wants to day trade, doesn't have a ton of money, but has a few $1,000s, $5,000, let's say, that you're willing to risk put into day trading for high risk, high reward kind of opportunities or day trading style opportunities. This might be something that you're interested in. Okay, as mentioned, the big feature for SureTrader, the big advantage, is that they do not have pattern day trading rule, or that rule is not applicable. So if you're in the United States, if there's a pattern day trading rule, and you can see we have a whole video on this, but you can see one main slide from that video. Traders who make 4 or more day trades per day within a 5-day period and are using 6% of their account total trading activity is a part of that day trades. They're using leverage. They can be labeled a pattern day trader. And in order to meet that requirement, they need to have an account balance of $25,000. So if you don't want that 25, and there are other stipulations here. If you want to get out of the stipulations entirely, SureTrader is appealing to you. Or may have a lot of value. And I think that's the main customer base that this broker is attracting. They also deal a lot with shorting stocks, especially shorting penny stocks. They have a wide variety of stocks that are available for shorting. So if you're interested in shorting stocks, SureTrader could also be for you in that regard. They do not offer direct registration. They do not offer dividend reinvestment program. If you're not familiar with those terms, we have videos on them. But basically, those are things that are of interest to value investors. And as we've seen throughout this video, this service, the way it's priced, the fees associated, the features that they focus on is really geared towards active day traders. So if you're an active day trader, you probably don't care about dividend reinvestment program unless you have a dividend capture strategy, although we've discussed that and the risk of that. And you, of course, you probably don't care at all about a direct registration system. It's very similar to CFDs. So this is the closest Americans can get to CFDs. I call SureTrader CFDs for Americans. I think it's a little risky in that regard. CFDs are a little risky, and I think it's the way this company offers and how they're offering their service to Americans leaves me a little uncomfortable. When I interacted with their support staff, I didn't really get clear answers that made me feel more comfortable. So I personally wouldn't really put my money in there, but I do love CFDs on the flip side, and that makes me a bit hypocritical. But I think if you're willing to accept the risks, which is that this whole environment's a bit risky, day trading can be a bit risky. Putting money with a broker in this type of environment can be risky. It can still work too. So it's a little bit of a higher risk, higher reward. If you're able to put a few thousand into it and you want to, I can see this sort of working. Personally, I don't feel comfortable with it, and I like to keep my day trading related to Forex or possibly futures, but me personally, it's really Forex. But if you like day trading stocks and you're frustrated by the pattern day trader rule because you don't have the capital requirements, you don't like all the regulations, SureTrader may be what you're looking for because it has those elements of the CFD that are really friendly towards active trading, but at the same time it's available to Americans. And now let's go to a review of the platform. Okay, so this is the default screen you see when you log into the SureTrader demo platform. It looks a lot like other trading applications, in my opinion. I'm not a fan of a lot of these trading applications. I don't think they're that intuitive, that user-friendly for the most part. There are some out there that are definitely exceptional, but this one seems sort of commodity-based, honestly, in my opinion. It does have some features that definitely some traders are going to like. The charts, here are some charts. They're pretty rudimentary, in my opinion. I wouldn't rely too much on them. You can see some volume, see some the price history of tickers that you're looking at. There is pretty comprehensive depth. You can see what the stock's trading at on various ECNs, the ECN flow. You can see, the depth of the market, recent price history, level 2 screen, that type of stuff. So that is interesting for some traders. Certainly for a lot of active traders, they'll view that as essential. I'm not really a trader that approaches the market that way, but I know many active equity traders will be interested in that. Something I did think was interesting was the scanner. And again, this is, like a lot of this I didn't find to be too user-friendly in just its general design in terms of, how to get features to work. But there is a gap down or gap up screen. So right now it's early morning in the United States, so the market is closed here. But the fact is, I know a lot of customers or the type of trader that might be interested in SureTrader is going to be a trader who wants to screen or trade in the first hour, and a lot of traders who do that will want to look at gaps up and gap down. So this is a screener that looks for market gaps. And you can sort of build your screener out here in this free demo. So, I haven't used it much. The market's closed now, so you're not going to get much data. But I did think that was an interesting feature. And there is also a demo account. You can sort of trade around with it, test it out, see how you like. They do have a web-based platform, which I've had some bad experiences with. And here's a look at that web trading platform. I'm not able to log into it. I'm getting a message saying the user ID or password is invalid, or the website is too busy now. Maybe the website only, or the web platform, you can only log into when the market is open. So that might be it, but I did think there was a little bit of a disconnect here because I can log into the download or to the desktop platform using the same username and password. So that's something that gives me a little bit of a cause for concern. Generally, I don't think SureTrader, or it doesn't strike me as a company that's technology first, or emphasizes technology. If I had to guess, and this is totally speculation on my part, I would think that they've outsourced the platform creation, or they're using some type of a commodity trading application and just white labeling it, calling it theirs. So that's sort of my take. I was a little uncomfortable with the technology. They did have, the market gap feature, and they did have a bunch of information in terms of level 2 screens and option chains that a lot of day traders stock market day traders might be interested in. And that's about it for our review of SureTrader. Any questions you have, anything you want to add, join us at informedtrades.com. Best of luck in your trading and investing, and we'll see you next time. Take care.